Finally on the show, we revisit the Lagos-Badagry Expressway project to see how much progress has been made in delivering the infrastructure for the people. Take a look.
The Lagos-Badagry Expressway is one of the major infrastructure projects of the Lagos State Government. This is one project that has been ongoing for over 10 years, and the state government is working very hard to deliver its own part on the road. The project in 3 phases also has 3 components of bridges, and the state government says it is committed to rehabilitate the Maza-Maza to Okokomaiko, which is a length of 14.8 kilometers.
You recollect that when you had an interview with me just about a month and a half ago, I did promise you that the next stage, milestone stage casting on the Lagos-Badagry Expressway will take place in another 5 weeks' time. It's actually 6 weeks because we had 1 or 2 interface issues with the federal, so that they got delayed by 1 week. So that marks the construction of the gather beam. Lagos-Badagry Expressway, when it was awarded, it's from a distance of 14.8 kilometers, but it has 3 components of bridges. 3 components, and one of them is this Akinwande Bridge. On the Lagos-Badagry Expressway from Orile, as you go in towards Alaba, you see this flyover that leads to Akinwande, and it actually crosses Apaposhodi Expressway, so that you can cross into Rainbow on the Apaposhodi Expressway side. There are 3, but that expressway has 3 segments: 1, lot 1, segment 2, and the lot 2, segment 1, 2, 3. So the segment 1 of lot 1 was completed years ago, like 8 years ago by Julius Berger. That's over. That's from Erikmo to Festac. The next one is by CCC in 3 phases. The phase 1 gets up to Abuja Amuwo, and then the phase 2 gets to the Trade Fair Complex. The phase 3 is what you see that leads you to Okokomaiko by the train depot station. If you also will recollect, I did tell you, I said as a government, what we promise you is what we will exactly do. I've said it again and again. People have always wondered. It appears that why are we not delivering on Lagos-Badagry Expressway? They oftentimes mix up Lagos-Badagry Expressway in its scope of work. The concession that we have from the federal government is from Erikmo to Okokomaiko. And that's exactly what we promise you that we will deliver in the lifetime of this administration. In fact, before the end of first quarter next year, we will finish this Lagos-Badagry, the scope that they have given us concession on. And you can see that we're working assiduously at keeping to that promise.
The West African route is receiving so much attention, with construction workers on ground trying to meet the deadline. A team from the State Ministry of Works and Infrastructure is also here to inspect the level of work. The box girder is one of the components of the bridge and is under construction.
We are doing a massive concreting works on the Alaba interchange. Earlier, the deck has been done. Where we find ourselves at Akinwande, there is a bus gather to be done there, and already we have deployed about 300 tons of reinforcement and about 600 cubic volume of concrete is going to be cast. From the Badagry Express, you can see that the bridge is running from the Badagry Express. It will eventually terminate at Second Rainbow. That means it's going to fly over the Apapa-Oshodi Expressway. We are almost halfway into it. I would say for this segment, I would say 50% into it. So it will eventually go over the existing Apapa-Oshodi Expressway.
Alaba interchange is 3 times the kind of structure you are, seeing here. That one will attract over about 2,500 cubic meters of concrete, and at the same time over 550, tons of reinforcement. So that one, the reinforcement is ongoing, but we are likely to, cast that one by the grace of God in January. Yanoba interchange. That Yanoba interchange is the one that flies to Lasu Iba Road, and then linking Lagos-Badagry Expressway at Lasu Junction area.
Also, the contractor in charge of the project is optimistic that all the flyovers will be completed by next year.
The completion period for this particular bridge is next year, 2022. We are going to make sure we complete this bridge before the end of year 2022. For the road aspect from Okoko, we are going to complete all the road aspects down to Okoko before the end of this year, 2021, which we promise, and we are working towards the delivery of that road project according to the promise of the Lagos State Governor.
The Lagos State government warns against indiscriminate use of the road.
There's a lot of collaboration between the federal government side and the Lagos State side. The moment we finish ours, because it's a West African route, so that's why it's a 5-lane, 10-lane expressway. It's a West African route along the corridor. So the federal government is also determined to say, haven't Lagos State put in this amount of effort? They're also encouraged, and I think they have gotten the funding to complete from that side to further down to the end of Badagry semi-side. There's no point wasting resources only for people not to make use of them and begin to abuse that infrastructure from day one. We see a lot of abuse on that corridor. You see, particularly from Lagos-Badagry, people actually wash cars on the road or the pavement. You see mechanics put on tires on the roadway. You see market women actually sell on the walkway. You see street lights, they burn tires very close to street lights. And so these are the things I would cry against. We are government. Government is not just an executive council. Government is every individual who pays his or her tax.
With the commitment of the state government to deliver the Maza-Maza to Okokomaiko section, this will no doubt reduce traffic congestion, enhance socio-economic activities, and serve as a gateway to other West African countries.
And this is where we call it today on this edition of Dateline Lagos. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Until we come your way again next time, please stay safe.